focused on my next move. So I gotta stay tuned every Tuesday, USF Bulls. Every Tuesday, 11 o'clock, listen up, bullsradio.org if you wanna know what's up. Motivation, information, inspiration, it's the follow-up.
Really, just start off telling us about what really got you into doing nails in the first place. How did that all come about?
Well, officially, since I'm from Massachusetts, when I moved here about 9 years ago, I'm so into the nail trend and everything, and design, ideas, talent. And when I moved here, I didn't have a lot of people to do great designs. And I'm very into the designs and everything. So one day I just decided if I can't find somebody to do it for me, I have to do it myself. So I went into school, and that's what triggered me to do my own art. And other than that,
yeah, I mean, well, that's a great story. I mean, the interesting thing about that is the people who come on our show, it typically starts off with that type of a story that they couldn't, there was a problem that they saw, and just people just weren't doing it right, and at least that's what they believed, and they said, hey, we're just going to do it ourselves, myself. So I think that's a great story that a lot of people can probably attest to that happening. So yes, explain to us what you're doing at the moment right now. Like, what is it that you're doing with Samantha's Nails?
Right now I'm basically prepping the nail.
Okay.
Putting cuticles back and filing the nail. That way we could take all the oils off her nail bed.
Okay.
That way the acrylic doesn't lift in a week or 3 days or so. So it's basically prepping the correct way to apply the acrylic. That way it can last longer, about 2-3 weeks for her.
Okay. All right. So now, is this something that people could do at home by themselves? Is this something that they could do, or would you recommend them seeing a professional to do this part?
If they're just gonna do a simple manicure and just put polish, yes, of course they could do this at home. Just make sure when you file, people file one way, to the right or to the left, not back and forth, because you will kill the little hairs on the nails. A nail has 100 layers. So
wow.
if you peel 100 layers, you'll be with no nails. So yes, you could do this at home.
All right.
But if you rather do acrylic, then I suggest you see a professional.
All right. So for all of you Jeopardy fans out there, make sure you remember that one. The nail, 100 layers. Didn't know that one.
Right.
That's
and hairs.
Yeah, hairs and all that.
that.
Yeah, that's good to know.
So you're doing an acrylic right now. What else do you do? Do you do gel?
Yes, I do gel. I do acrylic. Manicures, pedicures, whatever you want, I'll do.
Cool.
Yes.
Great. And so you started in 2012. And
Correct.
can you kind of take us through that journey of those 3 years? Because you just started the business this year. Take us through those 3 years of, just kind of, were there times where you felt like maybe this wasn't for you? Or was this always just something like, you were just focused on it? Like, kind of take us through that journey of those 3 years.
Well, when I started, I'm not going to lie, I was never into nails myself, like for me to do them. But again, not having somebody to do a great design took me into school. And at first, it wasn't meant to be for the public. It was just for me. But then I have friends, my mother and sister-in-laws and all, telling me you should try it, you should try it. So I started with them, from home. And according to them, I was very talented and I had passion for it. So they told me you should, start getting other people, the public, which I did. And yes, there was times that I'm like, I think I'm tired of this. I don't want to do this. But then again, it's like I used to love opening my ideas and putting them on people's hands and fingers.
Right.
And it's just the talent and seeing my art in other people's and people saying, oh, my girl did it and stuff like that. So that's what those 3 years have gotten me. And my clientele has grown immensely, and I'm very grateful for that.
Wow,
so.
Great, a great story. And I like it how what you mentioned about your friends telling you that you should do it. Like, girl, I'm probably sure they were like, girl, you're good, you better
Yes,
you
they
need to be
were,
doing this
they
full
were.
time. And I always tell people that that happens very often, and it's kind of like people recognize your talents and your abilities, and it's almost like everyone's telling you, and you almost kind of in a way you're like, I hear you.
Definitely.
But that's exactly how I was.
Right,
yes.
right. So I anybody who comes on this show has a similar story to that something that's artistic in this type of nature, like what you're doing here, where it's more creative, where they just say, hey, like, bro, like, you're really good at this. Like, this is nice. Even our cameraman that's here today, Steven, he does great videos, great photos. And I always tell him, like, hey, bro, you do a good job, man. You need to let's crank this thing up, like, for sure. So yeah, that's a great story. Now, when you you mentioned briefly about basically when you got to the point where you said, okay, we're just going to do this. We're going to crank this up and go. Were there any apprehensions at first? Was there anything that, was there any doubt in your mind, I guess is what I'm asking you? Was there any doubts that you may have had about starting your own business?
I mean, I did, because I started from my home. So at first I didn't have to pay rent to anybody. So that was the easy part. But starting a business as 3 months out of my own home, now I'm located in Sola Salons, for you guys that don't know where I'm at.
Okay, and real quick, Sola Salons, that is located where?
That is on 15241 North Del Mabry, Tampa, Florida. It's actually in the intersection of Del Mabry and Ehrlich.
Okay, so
for you guys.
Del Mabry, Ehrlich. And that's also, for those who may not know, Bears turns into Ehrlich.
Correct.
So it's Del Mabry, Bears, Del Mabry, Ehrlich. So if you know that intersection, there's a Walmart there. In that plaza, there's I think it's like a Ross across the street, a Target across the street there in that same intersection. So that's where she's located. But continue on with your story just about the, going into it, just starting 3 months in your house.
So I went in and my friends kept telling me there's this place, you should take it out of your house. And first of all, my clientele was growing so much, I had to take it out of my house. Not that I didn't like you guys in my house, but it was growing too much. But I went into Sola's, I checked a few salons, and I'm a very OCD person, clean person, so I like to offer my girls clean product, clean environment.
Absolutely.
And I found Sola, and the owners were amazing. Good price, good rent, good vibe. My neighbors within Sola, they're great people. So I just decided, I think this is it. And yeah, at first I'm like, kind of scared, thinking now I gotta pay rent. This is not all about me, but it's working, and it's a great place to be in.
Well, thank you for telling us that. So kind of update us about where you are right now on Samantha's Nails. What are you doing now? Right
now I'm applying the acrylic. We're going to be using the Sharpie technique. I don't know if you guys are familiar out there in the Tampa area.
Okay.
I'm applying natural acrylic on her fingers, except her pointer will be white acrylic, because that's where I will be applying the Sharpie. I have had this question asked plenty of times. What do I ask the Sharpie with? What do I use it for? And, you guys can't see it, but Samantha can. Yeah. But it's just, always use white acrylic or acrylic that is solid, not clear, and just apply the Sharpie in any way, shape, or form, circles, lines, hearts, stars, whatever you guys like. And then just take a small brush. And with alcohol or acetone, just apply over it or spray over it, and then just move the finger upside down, sideways, whatever shape you guys want to give to the design. And then make sure it's dry, and then the colors will combine. It will make a totally different design of what you guys expected from the beginning. So
can you talk a little bit about what your most popular, what people come into your salon for the most for? Is it really acrylic, or is it gel?
People usually come to me for the encapsulated nails, which is all acrylic. There's no polish whatsoever. It's basically a design inside your nail, which is kind of what I have. Everything's inside, which is pretty cool because of the fact that if you have to go to a wedding and you have crazy designs on your nails and you want to have a solid color, you could paint over it, and then when you take it off, you still have your design on there. So
that's pretty interesting. So it lasts longer.
It does, yes.
And that's always something that every girl wants to hear. We want to get, the most for our money.
There we go.
So if we get that acrylic, we want it to last at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, and yes, I heard you say organic acrylic.
Yes.
Okay, now is this something you get from Whole Foods or like where you get organic? I mean, I never didn't know acrylic came organic.
No, I do use organic brand and organic acrylic, which is healthier for my girls' nails.
Okay.
I get it from Texas since there's no supplier in Florida. So
Exclusive
either
stuff. Got it.
Puerto Rico or Texas, and it's an actually Mexican product. It's not American.
Okay.
It's one of the best brands and best. So if you don't use organic, I recommend you do. It's healthier. Your girls will love it, and it's pretty much amazing.
Can you talk about right now the difference in the white nail and the other nails? Like, I'm a little just interested to see what you're doing there.
The difference here is the same product.
Okay.
It's acrylic on both. The difference is I'm using a base of white acrylic on your pointer finger. That way the color of the Sharpie could stand out more.
Oh.
The clear, which is not clear, is actually natural. That's just the basic acrylic everybody uses just for regular nails. So again, white is not the only color. When I said earlier encapsulated, I have all tons of acrylic colors. Okay. So whatever color you want in acrylic, I have it.
And are you the only one in Tampa that offers this kind of service? Like, I've never heard of Sharpie used for nails.
Yeah, I didn't know Sharpies were used for nails.
That's
I mean,
interesting.
I don't go to them, but I never heard anybody talk
DIY
about
project.
a Sharpie. Yeah, that's...
So far, I'm the only person that I know of. I don't want to say I'm the only one in Tampa because I'm not sure. But as for now, I'm the only person that knows about it.
Now, is this a technique that you use yourself or you were taught a few years back? Or is this something that is a normalities in other places, just not here in Tampa?
It's a normality in Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I usually, after I went to school and everything, you usually learn a lot in seminars.
Got it.
And I tend not to miss any because all these little techniques I have learned is from there.
Oh, well, thank you for bringing that point up because seminars, just learning information. I mean, people, you hear the stories. I mean, she's in here doing great work. We will be uploading the actual feed here that we have so you can catch the show. But when she said seminars, it made me think right away that, you always have to go in and educate yourself. You got to be the best. You have to train to be the best. You have to learn the best techniques and skills and strategies. Like, you can't just say you're going to be the best and just say, you know what, I'm just going to wake up one day and just do it. Now, hey, there are some people just naturally talented. They just have great gifts. But if you feel that you're lacking in a certain area and that you want to enhance or, make your, bring your skill set level up another level, then look into seminars, look into online videos, YouTube. I tell everybody all the time, YouTube is the best library that was ever created. I mean, there's everything on YouTube. I mean, you can honestly I don't want to tell people not to go to school, but you could probably learn everything you want to that you learn in class right online for free. So just utilize those resources as much as possible because seminars, and just as you heard Yesi attest to, hey, it teaches you different techniques and skills that others may not know about, and the only reason why is because she went to the seminars and other people didn't. And that's, how she learns those skill sets. So, yes, just kind of update us on where you're at right now.
I went ahead and finished her first hand already.
Okay, so we're working on the second hand.
At least on acrylic, that one hand's done.
Perfect.
So now I'm applying part 2 on her other hand.
Gotcha. Now, let's talk about just when women or whoever's getting their nails done, when they're it's reaching that point of it looks like my nails need to be done again. Are there ways of maintenance that you suggest for women to keep their nails for longer extended?
Between that, that 2-week period, sometimes your acrylic will start to you'll start seeing that little area right there and it's growing out.
Yeah, the cuticle.
Yeah, what can you do in situations like that?
First and foremost, please do not use lotion. Lotion will make it look good for 2 seconds, and then it will look all ashy all over again because your nail's growing. Right. So your cuticle will go ashy.
I've never even heard of that technique, lotion.
Yeah, so I suggest you buy yourself cuticle oil Walgreens, CVS, anywhere they sell it, and then usually apply it if you work a lot with paper in school, actually notebooks. Your cuticles tends to get dry really quick, so I suggest you always have a bottle of cuticle oil, and it will keep your...
And I have a question. I know a lot of girls sometimes, we tend to not want to do acrylic with tips or, you know, adding any type of fake nail. Is there any sort of advantage or disadvantage to doing it on your natural nail versus using tips?
The advantage, it's basically longer nails, better designs. If you do your overlay, which is what I'm doing to you, the good part is this is your real nail. You know, you're not putting, there's nothing fake whatsoever. You know how girls be like, oh, you have fake nails and stuff. Well, in this case, you don't. These are your nails. The only disadvantage, you can't get as many designs as somebody else would. But other than that, my suggestion, if you got healthy nails, don't put tips. Do an overlay and just let them grow. And as they grow, you could do more designs as you go. If you a nail biter, then I suggest you put nails to make them look prettier.
So with even acrylic versus gel, that's like a conversation that we have all the time. I've always heard the saying that gel lasts longer. Is that true?
Gel lasts depends on how you take care of it. My opinion, it's supposed to last for at least 4 weeks to a month.
Really?
So it should last. A thing I want to say out there to you girls is sometimes you guys go to places and get gel and then your gel lives within a week. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but I'm talking about it due to experience with my clients. I have few clients that they do one type of gel, let's say C&D, which is a nail brand.
Okay.
And that gel lasts a month on their hands. And then the same person comes in my salon and gets the brand Gelish, which is gel as well. It's just a different brand. And it lives in a matter of a week. So it's not always the person, the nail technician doing the nails. Sometimes your body doesn't react the same to all types of gels. Maybe you could have an oily nail bed and stuff. So it's not, don't always blame the tech. Not to defend myself, but not always blame the tech, but it's also the brand and the person's body,
now,
how you...
Talking about nail polish brands, a question I've always had is, should I buy my own nail polish? Because I remember once I went into Urban Outfitters and they were selling nail polish, and I was like, okay, this nail polish is like $6. It must be, you know, it must last a long period of time. And when I bought it and I used it, it only lasted a week. So is there something with the brand, or is it kind of the technique in the way it's placed on the nails?
I believe it's somewhat the brand.
Okay.
Because the application is, to be honest, the same one regardless of what nail polish you use. So my opinion is just the brand. You know, try not to buy brand from the store. Try to go more to like brands, you know, OPI, C&D, Morgan Taylor, and you know, some of those, but not from the stores that you really don't know the brand, because that could happen.
What nail polish brands last the longest with your experience?
My experience is Morgan Taylor.
Morgan Taylor.
Which is this one right here that we're going to use on your nails. It has less of a polished smell.
Okay.
So it's way better. And they have a lot of colors. I mean, this is one pink. They might have like 20 pinks.
Oh, that's good.
So it is a very good brand, and it applies smooth. I don't know if you have noticed some nail polish apply like sticky.
Yeah.
And
then you have like these little riffs and stuff.
Yeah, so my suggestion, Morgan Taylor is a great
Morgan
brand.
Taylor. Where can you buy Morgan Taylor?
Morgan Taylor, you could buy it online, or there's a few nail supplies in Tampa where you could, actually there's one called LA Nails on Waters, and they sell the brand. I believe they're the only ones that I know so far that sell Morgan Taylor in Tampa.
Yeah, and here's my question, because I always see a lot of women with nails, and you know, you see the ones with nails are nice, everything's on point, but there's some nails I see where it just looks like the color scheme was just all off. It just looks terrible. Is there any recommendation you have for, you know, anyone who's listening in regards to, you know, certain colors to avoid, you know, depending on your skin tone, if it's a lighter tone to a darker tone, that you would recommend, or, you know, or suggest that they stay away from? Is there any information like in regards to that?
If you're like white skin, try to avoid yellows. I mean blacks, anything that will make you look more pale or more white that you know your skin is already is.
Right.
But if you're like a caramel color or a darker color, you know, try to go with the soft colors, like you know, nudes and baby pinks and like really soft, because if you're really dark and you know in your skin and then you go with like burgundy, it makes you look even darker. Unless you like it, then go right ahead.
Right.
But if you don't and you're trying to avoid to look a certain way, then again, if you're light skinned, try to go with, you know, a bit of like red, blues. If you're like a caramel color, then try to go with the soft color.
And can you talk a little bit about nail shapes? So we know that one of the most popular ones right now in the nail industry is, I think it's the stiletto.
Yes, the stiletto is one popular one. Now the one that's actually getting very popular is the ballerina, which is the shape I have.
Oh, okay.
I need a refill, guys, but they still look pretty. So they're the ballerinas, which is also known as coffin nails.
Oh, okay.
And those are on all your nails, that shape?
Yes,
okay.
the shape.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Which is a very good shape, very elegant, because if you don't like rounded, if you don't like square, and if you don't like stilettos, it's all those three shapes in one.
Yeah, it's kind of like a combination.
So they could look classy, rocky, party, you know, whatever you like, they go with everything. So
Yeah.
that's one of the best. There's also the lipstick shape.
Lipstick shape.
Lipstick shape.
Yeah, it's starting to come out now. Girls, for you out there that use lipsticks, when you open a lipstick, you see how it's like slanted to the side.
Oh.
Well, that's exactly how the shape of the nail is.
Makes sense, makes sense.
Yeah, so it's starting to get very popular out there for you girls that like it. And yeah, so stiletto, ballerinas, and lipstick, yes.
If any of you guys want to jump on that trend.
Yes.
Yeah, now yes, just to switch kind of focus here, you know, as you're doing that, I can tell that you're a very personable person. You laugh a lot, smile a lot, which is a great thing. In regards to your experience with business and the success of your business, how would you contribute your, you know, interpersonal relationships, the customer service that you provide, to the people out there listening? How important has that been to your business to this point?
First of all, I try to stay humble. In my salon, I try to do appointments only. That way, no girls could interact, but I don't know who knows who. So I don't want people arguing because they don't know each other. I just try to be humble. I try not to have no cussing in my salon. Not, you know, for nobody to blow stuff out of proportion.
Right.
Always be humble. Always smile. Not just be the nail tech. Be your client's friend.
Right.
Most of my clients are like, you're my psychologist. We come here, we just talk about it all.
There we go.
And number one thing is, don't talk, what you talk with one client, don't tell another client.
Yeah.
That's between you and the client, and whether they're friends or not, that's just something between you and her. That way you gain confidentially. Because those people, you know, the girls, they come and you're more than a nail tech to them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Because I mean, just to your point, is that I always hear people say that, you know, people like doing business with people, not with businesses.
Yeah.
Because
Correct.
you could, I mean, Samantha could, and I'm sure she's already been to other nail techs in the area. You can get your nails done anywhere.
Yeah.
But it's that relationship.
To have
and-
that personable.
Right.
Yeah.
And being able to connect and to feel as though what you're telling them, you know, will remain between just the two of you. And, you know, because next thing you know, you see what you talked about on Facebook and Instagram, and
Correct.
you're like, whoa, wait, I thought that was all between us. So
And I think that the nail salon is really like the barbershop for girls.
Oh,
Like,
Yes, it
we
is.
go to the hair salon.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Okay,
we go to
didn't
the
know
hair
that.
salon, we go to the nail salon, and that's where we really have those conversations. You know, we talk about
Okay.
the Emmys, we talk about hairstyles, you know, and it's really a
Makeup,
place
yes.
where we can kind of get away from home, just chill with your girls,
Oh.
get your nails done. So it's always good to have a nail tech that's able to have that relationship with you while she's doing your nails.
Great. Wow, that's great. I didn't know that the nail shop was the barbershop.
Yes, it is.
It's the barbershop for you
Where
guys.
everything is
Correct.
talked
Yes.
about.
So that's where we need to have a flyer in the wall and recording. Huh?
Right.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
But that's good. That's good. And so Yesi, did you kind of update us on where you're at now with this process?
Right now, I'm actually done with the process of applying the acrylic. Now I'm shaping and filing her nails. That way we could take any bumps, any lumps, any excess acrylic that she has on her nails, and just shaping the nails. That way when you apply polish, they look perfectly done.
Okay, I got a question for you here, because this happens often to women, and I always am saying, what's the big deal? So when ladies get their nails chipped, okay, and I'm just talking about, you know, little big chip, it seems like the world just ended.
Oh, correct. Yes.
for women.
It's over.
Okay, no, it's over, right? So are there any either products or any techniques or any recommendations to help women avoid that chip, or when it does happen, ways to fix it quickly? Or do you have any suggestions in regards to chip nails?
When you chip your nail, if it's your real nail,
That's the worst.
then you really can't do nothing about it unless you go get acrylic. If it's acrylic, you could either just paint over it, find a color that matches closest to the one you have, but really a I mean, really you can't basically do nothing. You just gotta get it fixed.
Wow,
Yeah, because
okay.
And that's the reason why it's the end of
That's
the
why the world
Yes.
has ended.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
makes sense.
if it's not your
Okay.
nail, you can always it's not my nail. But when it's your nail and it breaks, it's just like, dang,
You
now
gotta
I
wait
have,
till it
yeah,
grows.
I gotta
Yes.
wait for it to grow. So just speaking about, you know, growing your nails, right now, I was just talking to you before the show about how I had an experience where my nails kind of broke, and I'm right now in the process of growing them back. Now, is there anything that you can tell the people out there that they can do to help grow their nails? I know that calcium is definitely a big thing.
calcium's a big thing. Healthy diet is an amazing thing. Also vitamins, the ones that are like hair, nails, and skin, those help. Do not bite your nails.
Right.
If you're a nail biter, I suggest, if you're letting them grow, acrylic or just polish. Because if you see polish on your nails, you're not going to want to chew polish or bite it. So at least in my case, I'm a nail biter. I'm not going to lie. I try to keep acrylic on, or I just paint over my nails. Like, I polish them that way. When I see colors, like, no, I'm not going to
mess that up.
I don't want to mess that up, and I don't want to chew that because it's chemicals.
It looks like we're applying the nails here. So kind of tell us about, you know, applying nails, and, you know, any advice you have for anybody in regards to applying the nail polish on the nails.
When you apply, always, the first coat, don't try to grab a lot of polish, because then you'll have like more of a blob on your client's finger, and it'll take longer to dry. Always make sure you clean the cuticles, even if it's at the end. Get a little brush, acetone, clean it. There's nothing uglier than dirty cuticles just with polish, and girls do not like that. So
Neither do guys.
Neither do guys. So my suggestion is, you know, always clean them and have them pretty for the girls. One thing I did want to mention, because it will happen to you girls out there if you're a nail tech. Sometimes there's clients that bring designs to you, and you know, and they're like, can you do this? Please, ladies, please. And I continuously say this to friends I know. Do not say yes if you don't know how to do it. Reason being is, you know, there's nothing worse than having a client on your chair and show you a picture, or they text you a picture and you told them, yes, I could do it, and when they come, you don't know what to do. That's only going to bring negativity to your salon, negativity to you as a person. They're not going to recommend anybody, so you lose business.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So my opinion is, if somebody asks you for a painted with acrylic paint flower, if you don't know how to do it, then be like, listen, I don't know, but don't let your client walk away. Be like, listen, I can't do the acrylic paint because I don't know how to draw, but I could do it in 3D. You know, give your client options and show them pictures or offer them new things that are out there. This is cool, this is in trend now, and your client will come around. Your client never knows more than what you know.
That's true.
So it's up to you to, you know, shift the game and tell them, I can't do this, but I could do that.
You only get one life, and I'ma live it. Can't hold back, gotta go and get it. You only get one life, and I'ma live it. Can't hold back, gotta go and get it.